The concept of a new world order, often linked to satanic or Illuminati ideologies, has been a topic of speculation and debate among conspiracy theorists for decades. According to these theories, a group of powerful individuals and organizations seek to establish a one-world government controlling every aspect of human life. One of the supposed tools used to achieve this goal is the manipulation of the global warming narrative. Proponents of this theory argue that the satanic New World Order wants to control us by exploiting the fear of climate change, using it as a pretext to impose draconian measures on the population. The alleged plan involves creating a universal sense of urgency and panic around the issue of global warming, which would then be used to justify the implementation of radical policies and regulations. These measures would supposedly limit individual freedoms, restrict economic growth, and ultimately lead to a totalitarian regime. By fabricating or exaggerating the threat of climate change, the satanic New World Order aims to create a false narrative that would allow them to seize control over the world's resources, economies, and populations. One of the primary ways this control is allegedly exerted is through the promotion of sustainability and renewable energy. While these concepts may seem noble and environmentally friendly, conspiracy theorists argue that they are actually part of a larger scheme to centralize power and undermine national sovereignty. The push for a global transition to renewable energy sources, for example, would supposedly lead to a dependence on a single, unified energy grid, which could be easily controlled and manipulated by the New World Order. Another aspect of this supposed plan is the use of climate change as a pretext for the implementation of a global carbon tax. This tax would allegedly be used to redistribute wealth, punishing developed nations for their supposed role in causing climate change while funneling money into the coffers of the New World Order. The revenue generated from this tax would then be used to fund initiatives and projects that further the agenda of the satanic elite, such as the development of sustainable cities, green technologies, and other infrastructure projects that would serve to solidify their control. The media and educational systems are also seen as key players in this conspiracy, as they are accused of promoting a biased and alarmist narrative about climate change. By sensationalizing the issue and presenting it as an existential threat, these institutions allegedly create a sense of fear and urgency that can be exploited by the New World Order. The indoctrination of children and young adults with climate change propaganda is particularly seen as a way to shape the minds of future generations and create a population that is more susceptible to the ideology of the satanic elite. In addition to these measures, the New World Order is also accused of using climate change as a pretext for the implementation of depopulation policies. The idea is that by creating a global crisis around climate change, the elite can justify the introduction of draconian measures to reduce the world's population, such as forced sterilization, abortion, and euthanasia. This would supposedly help to mitigate the impact of climate change, while also serving to further concentrate power and wealth in the hands of the satanic elite. While these theories may seem outlandish and unfounded, they have gained significant traction among certain segments of the population. The idea of a satanic New World Order seeking to control us through the manipulation of the global warming narrative taps into deep-seated fears and anxieties about the nature of power and the intentions of those who hold it. However, it is essential to approach these claims with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing that the reality of climate change is far more complex and multifaceted than any conspiracy theory could ever hope to capture.